I think napakalalim po ng issue na to, and it will be good for us and the public na malaman talaga natin kung anong talagang sinabi ni Commodore Tariela at
22 minutes lamang mula nung binuksan natin ang ating sesyon, may post na naman ang Chinese Embassy Manila at nirepost nila yung visuals ng 15 senators condemn Chinese Embassy's criticism of Philippine officials. 36 minutes ago, half an hour before, salita pa rin ang salita ang Chinese Embassy Manila tungkol sa issue na ginawa natin ng resolusyon sa pamumuno ni Senator Kiko. Ganyan pa rin ang tono nila, bastos, walang paggalang. At gusto pa rin nila sila ang masusunod. Hindi lang sa dagat ng Pilipinas, hindi lang sa social media ng Pilipinas, pati sa Senado ng Pilipinas.
I suggest that we study the possibility of declaring that particular person a persona non grata. And that is very, very serious when the Senate does that.
Did I hear you correctly when you said only the head of state may declare persona non grata when it involves diplomats?
After studying the proposal of the Senate President, expressing the sense of the Senate that the President should declare the deputy spokesperson as persona non grata, we will support.
Let's act on it the soonest para pakita natin po sa taong bayan ng Senado nagkakaisa para sa soberenya ng ating bansa. Gusto lang namin malaman ng Coast Guard at ating Philippine Navy na hindi sila nag-iisa. At sa tingin ko buong bansa, kung magpa-survey po tayo, 90%, Mr. President, maybe 90+% of the Filipinos support our Coast Guard in protecting our islands that have been declared as our territory.
Eto na mga boss, kakapasok lang na balita. Grabe ang China, nag-imbal. Total ban na sa Pilipinas. Nagulat si BBM sa Senado, bawal na sila sa Pinas. Ayon sa nakalat nating impormasyon, ipapatapon na pabalik ng China ang kanilang ambasador matapos di umunong pagbotohan sa Senado papalayasin na sila. Wala na dapat usapan dito, diretso dapat i-deport. Magugulat kay Pangulong Bongbong Marcos, tutuluyan na talaga sila. Narito pala ang listahan ng mga senador na ayaw i-total ban dito ang China. As usual, kasama na naman dyan si Robin Marcoleta, Villanueva, Escudero, Amy Marcos, Bongo at Bato. Tandaan nyo mga mukha ng mga senador na pumanig sa China, kaya ang tatapang ng mga Chinese dito. Ito naman yung listahan ng mga senador na bumoto para i-total ban dito yung mga tigapagsalita ng China. Maka Pilipinas tong mga to. O diba, mas marami silang ayaw sa ginagawa ng Chekwa. Ewan ko ba dito sa Duterte Black, ayaw pa nilang palayasin dito ang mga yan. Pero si Senate President Tito Soto, mas malupit. Gusto niya pang i-persona non grata pa ang mga Chinese diplomat para sigurado na silang hindi makakabalik. Ayaw kasi nilang tigilan sa pag-atake ang Senate. Spokesperson kasi nila dito si Robin at Marcoleta at ang iba pang Duterte Black, kakampi ng mga Chinese. Pero bago tayo magpatuloy, baka pwede i-click nyo muna ang like, share, comment, subscribe at i-hit nyo na rin ang notification bell kung gusto nyo ng mga ganitong klase ng video para laging updated kayo sa mga susunod pa nating ibabalita. Kaya tara, panoorin na natin to.
Sir President, napaka-importante nung resolution na to, hindi lang dahil sa issue sa West Philippine Sea but also because of many other issues, our economic ties, people-to-people ties, our OFWs in Hong Kong, in mainland China, in Macau. That's why the minority, through myself, wrote a letter to the majority leader and yourself for your consideration po, na rather than adopting the resolution, we call a committee hearing. I think napakalalim po ng issue na to, and it will be good for us and the public na malaman talaga natin kung anong talagang sinabi ni Commodore Tariela at ano yung palitan ng kuro-kuro. Having said that, while it's under consideration, I'd like to thank you and the majority leader for allowing na mag-sponsorship muna today. And it was a tradition in the 19th Congress that it's not a rule, it's a tradition na after the sponsorship, you give everyone a day or two before we go to interpellation and adoption. But in that day or two, if the majority would see it fit to call a hearing rather than going straight to interpellation, that would be in my view, best. But again, Mr. President, we rule by what is the pleasure of the majority. So we will submit sa wisdom ng majority. But may I put that on record na baka maganda na magkaroon tayo ng hearing about this issue. Thank you, Mr. President.
Ayan na, makikita nyo, sinusubukan pa ni Cayetano isalba dito ang ambassador ng China. Pero mamaya, may iyak na lang yan, wala na siyang magagawa.
We will, of course, seriously consider the recommendation of the minority leader.
Thank you very much, Mr. President. Mr.
But
President,
just for the record, we have indeed made it a practice that when a bill is sponsored, we give it time for interpellations, a day or two thereafter. In the case of resolutions, usually we pass it the same day or after sponsorship. But in case of controversial resolutions or bills, we do give it some time. So I think the request is
Reasonable.
quite in order. Senator Risa Ontiveros is recognized.
Salamat po, Mr. President. By way of a very brief co-sponsorship and more of a manifestation, gusto ko lang pong i-bring sa atensyon ng lahat ng mga kasama dito sa Senado na nung oras na 3:22 p.m. ngayong hapon, 22 minutes lamang mula nung binuksan natin ang ating sesyon at posibleng bago pa ispinonsor ng Ginoo mula sa Pampanga, Senator Kiko, ang ating Sense of the Senate na resolution, may post na naman.
O ayan, di ba? Ayaw tumigil ng China sa pag-atake nila sa Senado. Kaya dapat ituloy talaga nila yung pag-ban sa China. Kasi malala na ngayon. Dati sa dagat lang nila gustong masunod. Ngayon pati sa social media at Senado gusto din nila. Palibhasa, lumalabas, may kakampi sila dyan.
Ang Chinese Embassy Manila tungkol sa paksa ng ating resolusyon. Ngayon naman, si Deputy Spokesperson of the Chinese Embassy, Guo Wei, sabi niya, echoes do not make a claim true. What matters is whether the argument stands up to scrutiny, not how many voices repeat it. At nirepost nila yung visuals ng 15 senators condemn Chinese embassy's criticism of Philippine officials. Nang ibig sabihin ng unang linya ng post ni Deputy Spokesperson of the Chinese Embassy Manila, Guo Wei, gaya-gaya lang tayo sa isa't isa, tayong lahat na pumirma so far sa resolusyon. Ang ibig sabihin sa post niya, hindi daw tatayo yung ating pagkondena sa mga pinagsasabi nila bago pa ang araw na ito at hindi tatayo yung ating iginigiit na may karapatan at tungkulin tayong itaguyod ang pambansang interes. At minamaliit niya na halos 2/3 ng Senado ay pumirma nitong resolusyon. Ibig sabihin po, hanggang 36 minutes ago, half an hour before, salita pa rin ang salita ang Chinese Embassy Manila tungkol sa issue na ginawa natin ng resolusyon sa pamumuno ni Senator Kiko. Ganyan pa rin ang tono nila, bastos, walang paggalang. At gusto pa rin nila sila ang masusunod. Hindi lang sa dagat ng Pilipinas, hindi lang sa social media ng Pilipinas, pati sa Senado ng Pilipinas. Kaya saganang akin lamang po, Mr. President at mga kasama, yang ganyang consistent na pambabastos, walang pagrespeto, napaka-undiplomatic na stance, saganang akin lamang po, ay lalong nagbibigay ng urgency na maaprubahan ang ating resolusyon. Salamat po, Mr. President.
Before anything else, allow me to first associate myself with the manifestations of the principal sponsor, Senator Pangilinan, and the other sponsors and our colleagues. Secondly, yes, we will be perhaps studying the resolution, but in the same light, I suggest that we study the possibility of declaring that particular person a persona non grata. And that is very, very serious when the Senate does that.
O di ba? Yan din gustong gawin ni Senate President Tito Soto. Tama yan, ipersona nung grata nyo yung mga yan.
So I suggest that the Committee on Rules study the possibility. Senator Lacson is recognized.
Thank you, Mr. President. This is a point of clarification, and I'd like to address this to the distinguished sponsor of the resolution. Did I hear you correctly when you said that you were amenable to holding committee hearings? in relation to this resolution?
Well, I was open to the suggestion. I did not actually say I was adopting it.
Thank you
but I
for the
was-
clarification. And if I may, Mr. Senate President, I consulted ChatGPT. Only the head of state may declare persona non grata when it involves diplomats.
O ayan mga boss, as per Senator Ping Lacson, tanging si Pangulong Bongbong Marcos lang ang pwedeng magpalaya sa Chinese diplomat. Pero di malabong gawin yan ni Pangulo, kaya magugulat na lang ang China.
So we can only recommend, if we want to recommend. So persona non grata sa Senate. Yeah, but we cannot declare any diplomat persona non grata, just to clarify, subject to validation by our lawyers in this hall, Mr. President. Thank you.
Well, as I said, it is a suggestion, and let us study the possibility. Majority Leader?
Thank you, Mr. President. Mr. President, before we suspend consideration of the matter, I just also want to put my opinion on the matter. I fully support the resolution of Senator Kiko and the 14 others who signed this resolution. Gusto lang namin malaman ng Coast Guard at ating Philippine Navy na hindi sila nag-iisa, na marami sa gobyerno tumutulong at sumusuporta sa kanila. At sa tingin ko, buong bansa, kung magpa-survey po tayo, 90%, Mr. President, maybe 90+% of the Filipinos support our Coast Guard in protecting.
O di ba? 90% daw ng populasyon ng Pilipinas agree sa gagawin na yan ng Senado. Tatayuan nila ang ating mga Philippine Coast Guard para maipaglaban ng maayos ang mga teritoryo natin sa West Philippine Sea.
Our islands that have been declared internationally, not just by us, but internationally as our territory, Mr. President, our exclusive economic zone. So, when I was Senate President, I echo the same voice as my colleagues here today. I just want to add that voice, that very loud voice, condemning all these acts being done to our Coast Guard and our Navy in the West Philippine Sea. And the fishermen, lalong-lalo na po, hirap na hirap ang ating mangingisda dito sa pangyayaring ito. So we support the resolution, we support our colleagues, we support our men and women in the field, in the oceans, defending our national sovereignty, Mr. President. So maraming salamat sa sponsors, Senator Kiko and all those who co-sponsored. But to give our other colleagues a chance to read and study the resolution, let's limit it possibly, Mr. President, with the permission of the body, on discussions on the floor. Let's just do debates and interpellations. No need to bring it up to a committee hearing and then we'll have an extended firefight in the committees, the committee level. I think the debate can actually be done on the floor. Let us discuss the positions on the floor, Mr. President. And then let us debate amongst ourselves what is the best course forward for our people and for our sovereignty, Mr. President.
Tama yan, Majority Leader Mitsubiri. Tuluyan nyo na yung China nang mabawas-bawasan ng mga lipuros nila dito.
And therefore, to all our colleagues, maybe some time to study the measure, I move that we suspend temporarily the consideration of PS Resolution 256 that we can take up on another day, maybe tomorrow, and start the debate, Mr. President. And let's act on it the soonest para pakita natin po sa taong bayan ng Senado ay nagkakaisa para sa soberanya ng ating bansa.
Yes,
Maraming salamat.
I think 24 hours is good enough for us to study the measure. Senator Pangilinan is
Yes,
right
just a
now.
very brief manifestation. Mr. President, if after studying the proposal of the Senate President and that the Senate Majority Leader deems it necessary to file a Senate resolution expressing the sense of the Senate that the President should declare the deputy spokesperson as persona non grata, we will support the measure, Mr.
Eto, pakinggan nyo, makakatikim pa ang China sa ibang senador. Siguradong maiiyak ang Chinese diplomat dito.
And we too share in the earlier manifestation of the Senate President that given the controversies behind this resolution, we have no objection as to allowing our colleagues time to interpolate or perhaps even bring the matter to a Senate hearing after we have sponsored it and before adopting it, Mr. President. Mr. President, dear colleagues, It is my honor to sponsor and principally author proposed Senate Resolution number 256, together with Senate President Tito Soto, Vicente Soto III, Senate Pro Tempore Ping Lacson, Majority Leader Mig Zubiri, Senators Erwin and Rafi Tulfo, Risa Ontiveros, Win Gatchalian, Lauren Legarda, JV Ejercito, Bam Aquino, Jinggoy Estrada, Lito Lapid, Camille, and Mark Villar. May we also place on record that while they have affixed their signatures to this resolution, this does not mean that those who did not affix their signatures are objecting to this resolution. Precisely why, ultimately, in the end, it is when we move to call for a vote on this resolution that there we will determine who among our colleagues will support it or not. Introducing this measure does not mean that those who did not introduce this measure are opposed to this measure. Just for the record, Mr. President. Mr. President, dear colleagues, our Constitution mandates us to protect the Republic's sovereignty, territorial integrity, political independence, and dignity. In fulfilling this mandate, when we senators, representatives, the Coast Guard, or any public official who swore an oath speak on the West Philippine Sea and on the arbitral award, we are not merely expressing our opinions. We are carrying out our solemn duty to uphold and defend the Constitution, to defend the nation, and uphold the rule of law. Recently, an official of the Chinese embassy issued public statements in undiplomatic and disrespectful language, directly attacking incumbent members of Congress, including myself, for positions we took in defense of Philippine sovereignty and maritime rights. We took because we were upholding and defending the Constitution. The statements crossed the line from legitimate expression of a foreign state's views into interference in our domestic democratic debate. By adopting this resolution, the Senate tells China and the world that this institution will not be cowed, that this institution will defend our nation's sovereignty, that this institution will defend and uphold our Constitution as we swore to defend and uphold the Constitution. That we stand as one in saying, no foreign mission may dictate what Filipino senators or what Philippine senators can or cannot say in the lawful performance of their official duties. We may hold differing views on many matters, yet in this, we must stand together. We uphold our officials when they speak on behalf of our nation, and we safeguard our institutions when they are disparaged by outsiders. Second, this resolution is addressed to our own Department of Foreign Affairs. We acknowledge that the DFA last night issued a statement expressing serious concerns over the escalating exchanges and has made, quote, firm representations to the Chinese side. This action responds directly to our call in the whereas clauses of this resolution that the DFA engage in the government of the People's Republic of China, quote, in accordance with international law and established principles of state relations, end of quote. But we must also note, while China has summoned our ambassador in Beijing over remarks made by Philippine officials at home, it is their embassy that has publicly disparaged our legislators, our officials of the armed forces, our officials of the Coast Guard, and questioned our motives, sought to restrict what we say in our territory. That imbalance must not be allowed. It is incumbent upon the DFA to protect the country's sovereign rights and, standing in the community of nations, do more. Go further. Third, our resolution addresses China's embassy in Manila. We know this pattern. The harsh public statements against Philippine officials are part of a wider strategy to harass and to intimidate those who defend our maritime rights, to discredit our legal victory before the arbitral tribunal under UNCLOS, and to reverse the reality that their 9-line claim an absurd position of claiming 90% of the West Philippine Sea and the South China Sea, or 500,000 square kilometers of our exclusive economic zone. We cannot allow this to pass. At sea, this strategy manifests as dangerous maneuvers, water cannon attacks, ramming and blockades against our vessels, and attacking our fishermen, harassing them in the West Philippine Sea. In words, it manifests as propaganda, disinformation, and now direct attacks against senators, Coast Guard officers, and other public servants. We know their goal: to make the Philippines doubt itself, to make the international community doubt the rulings, to employ the divide and rule strategy by dividing our people and making our people fearful, and to pressure us into accepting so-called arrangements that quietly erode what we lawfully possess. So we say this with firmness, but without hatred. This is not the job of a diplomatic mission. The role of a diplomatic mission is, above all, to practice diplomacy, to assist nations in overcoming disputes, to clarify and to bridge differences. It is not to provoke, not to disparage, and certainly not to insult and threaten those who speak for their country. Despite everything, it is with optimism that we expect that the Embassy of China to return to that proper role. The arbitral award will not disappear. The 9-line has been rejected. That reality cannot be reversed by trolling, by insults, or by pressure. Accept that the international law, particularly the UNCLOS, of which China is a signatory to, applies to all member states, that all parties need to work toward mechanisms that respect every claimant's country's sovereign rights and legitimate interests. We also thank the international community for their steadfast support of the rule of law, affirming the arbitral award and the Philippines' sovereign rights, as well as rights over our exclusive economic zone, for consistently calling out China on its escalating aggressive behavior in the West Philippine Sea. Pero higit sa lahat, ang resolusyon na ito ay para sa buong sambayanan. Sa ating mga mangingisda na naapektuhan, tuwing nagsasalita kami sa bulwagang ito tungkol sa ating karapatan sa ilalim ng pandaigdigang batas, kayo ang aming ipinagtatanggol. Pinagtatanggol ang karapatan ninyong mangisda ng malaya sa ating karagatan ng walang takot. Sa ating Coast Guard at Armed Forces, kasama ninyo ang Senado sa nananinindigan. Saludo kami sa inyong tapang at hindi namin kayo pababayaan. At sa lahat ng ating mga kababayan, lalo na sa mga kabataan, mahalaga ang ating relasyon sa China, pero sa ating kapayapaan, sa presyo ng pagkain, sa trabaho, kaya naman batas at diplomasya ang dapat pinipilit ipairal. Pero alam nating hindi pag-aatubili ang sagot sa mga bully, hindi nabibili ng pananahimik ang kapayapaan, at hindi nagtataguyod ang batas ng pag-aamo-amo. Respeto, paggalang, yan ang pinakamahusay na sandigan ng isang matatag at maayos na relasyon ng dalawang mga bansa. Ito ang gustong tiyakin ng resolusyon na ito. But beyond this resolution, we propose a way forward. As this year's chair of ASEAN, the Philippines has the opportunity to help conclude a rule-based, fair, workable, and lateralized mechanism on the conduct of parties in the South China Sea. We believe that such code of conduct be firmly anchored in international law, including UNCLOS and the principles reflected in the arbitral award. We ask our neighbors, partners, and allies support the Philippines initiative, support ASEAN's effort to support a region where disputes are managed by law and dialogue, not by insults, bullying, force, or threats. Ngayon, sa panahong tumitindi ang pandaigdigang tensyon, sinisiguro ko magkakasangga tayo. Senado, DFA, Armed Forces of the Philippines, DND, Coast Guard, BIFAR, buong sambayanang Pilipinas, magkasangga tayo laban sa pangiinsulto, laban sa pagbabangga, sa pagwawater cannon at pakikipaghabulan sa ating mga mangingisda at sundalo. Iisa tayo bilang isang republika na nananindigan para sa ating mga karapatan at dignidad. Mr. President, colleagues, for all these reasons, I respectfully urge the adoption of Senate Resolution number 256. Maraming salamat.
Majority Leader.
Mr. President, we have several of our colleagues who want to co-sponsor the measure, namely Senator Jinggoy Estrada, Senator Erwin Tulfo, and Senator J.V. Ejercito. May we recognize Senator Jinggoy Ejercito for his sponsorship.
Senator Jingo Estrada is recognized.
Thank you, Mr. President. Mr. President, dear colleagues, I rise to co-sponsor a resolution expressing the sense of the Senate to condemn the unacceptable remarks of the Chinese Embassy in Manila against our Philippine officials with regard to the West Philippine Sea. I pose this question: what is the business of Chinese embassy officials criticizing our public officials and even calling them names, branding senators as helpers of Philippine Coast Guard Commodore J. Tariela in defending our rights in the West Philippine Sea because, as they claim, Commodore Tariela can't win over the argument. Hindi man ako sang-ayon sa naging gawin ni Commodore Tariela, ngunit hindi ito sapat na dahilan upang pakialaman ng Chinese Embassy ang internal affairs at soberenya ng ating bansa. This is not only an assault against individual senators, but an affront to the Philippine Senate as an institution. This representation joins the chorus in strongly condemning the pronouncements of the Chinese Embassy in Manila against our public officials. We should not just let this slide. There is no argument to begin with. The 2016 Arbitral Award is final and binding. Atin ang West Philippine Sea. This is all part of their tactics. They are looking to scare, coerce, and intimidate their neighbors to pursue their wild imaginary claims over our territories. Even after an arbitral ruling delivered a unanimous and enduring decision in 2016, firmly asserting that the Philippines has a full exclusive economic zone in the West Philippine Sea, invalidating China's claim to almost 80% of the Philippines' EEZ. Both China and the Philippines, pursuant to their treaty obligations under the UNCLOS, are legally bound to comply with this decision. As your former chairperson of the Senate Committee on National Defense and Security, Peace, Unification, and Reconciliation, my position on the West Philippine Sea has always been consistent with the position of the Philippine government under President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. The UNCLOS and the Arbitral Award continue to be the foundation of our actions and policies on the West Philippine Sea. But China had no respect for the 2016 arbitral ruling and for the international law, just as they had no respect to our fishermen, even water cannoning them, to the Philippine Coast Guard and the Philippine Navy patrols, and recently to the elected senators of this republic. Namimihasa na kayo. O walang iya. Sino ba pumapanig sa kanila sa pang-angkin sa West Philippine Sea? Ang sagot, halos wala. Hindi ang international na batas, hindi ang pandaigdigang komunidad, at lalong hindi ang mga bansang direktang apektado ng kanilang pang-angkin. Ang tinatawag nilang historical rights ay hindi kinikilala ng modernong batas pandagat, at ang pagdidikta sa pamamagitan ng lakas o puwersa ay hindi nagiging katotohanan kahit idaan pa sa pananakot at mapanganib na maniobra. Kahit gaano pa kadami at kalaki ang kanilang barko at kahit idaan pa sa propaganda na walang basihan. Mr. President, we as a nation will continue to assert our rights under international law. Our kababayans deserve nothing less than a government that firmly stands its ground in asserting our sovereignty and defending our nation's interest. Mr. President, I repeat, atin ang West Philippine Sea. Maraming salamat po.
Thank you, Majority Leader.
Next to sponsor, Mr. President, is our distinguished colleague, Senator Erwin Tulfo.
Senator Erwin Tulfo is recognized to co-sponsor.
Thank you, Mr. President. Mr. President, I rise to co-sponsor Senate Resolution Number 256, condemning the recent public statements issued by the Embassy of the People's Republic of China, directed against Philippine officials and institutions. The question now, Mr. President, is bawal na po bang kondinahin natin ang mga pahayag ng China laban sa ating mga opisyal at mga pinagagawa nito sa ating teritoryo? Isa lang po ang tanong, bawal na po ba? Kasi sa huli ko pong basa, ayon po sa ating konstitusyon, ay meron po tayong kalayaan sa pagpapahayag. There is freedom of speech, Mr. President. And I also want to remind not only the Embassy of China, but other diplomatic missions as well in our country, that in the Vienna Convention of Diplomatic Relations of 1961, it clearly states one of the functions of a diplomatic mission includes promoting friendly relations between the sending state and the receiving state, tayo po yun, and the developing their economic, cultural, and scientific relations. A diplomatic agent shall enjoy immunity from criminal of the receiving state, immunity from criminal cases of the receiving state. He shall enjoy immunity from its civil and administrative jurisdiction with exceptions. Without prejudice, though, to their privileges and immunity, it is the duty of all persons enjoying such privileges and immunities to respect laws and regulations of the receiving state. They also have a duty not to interfere in the internal affairs of the state. Paalala ko po, and I would like to remind all our diplomatic missions to please review the Vienna Convention on Diplomatic Relations of 1961. Mr. President, malinaw din po sa Section 7, Article 2 of the 1987 Constitution that in our relations with other states, the paramount consideration shall always be national sovereignty, territorial integrity, national interest, and the right to self-determination. For years, the Philippines has acted with restraint and good faith. We have pursued peaceful negotiations. We have exhausted legal remedies and diplomatic processes. We have chosen dialogue over confrontation, law over force, and cooperation over conflict. But despite these efforts, China continues to engage in acts that intimidate and harass our fisher folks endanger our Coast Guard, and question the authority of our institutions. Let me be clear, Mr. President, our commitment to peace does not mean acquiescence. Our preference for diplomacy does not mean silence in the face of bullying. We will not tolerate statements or actions that demean our officials, undermine our sovereignty, or erode our national dignity. There comes a time when a nation must speak with clarity and firmness. And that time is now, Mr. President. It is time to stand for our country, to defend our people, and to assert peacefully but firmly that the Philippines will not be treated as less than an equal. For this reason, I fully and unequivocally support this resolution. Maraming salamat po, Ginoong Pangulo.
Next to co-sponsor the measure, Mr. President,
Yes.
is Senator J.V. Ejercito. Be recognized.
Senator J.B. Ejercito is recognized.
Mr. President, my dear colleagues, good afternoon. Tinuturing ko pong pagtaguyod ng aking sinumpang tungkulin sa ating konstitusyon at sa minamahal nating bayan bilang halal na senador ng Republika ng Pilipinas ang pagtindig at pagsuporta sa proposed Senate Resolution number 256. Mr. President, let me reiterate my position yesterday. Hindi po tayo magpipikit mata at magbibingi-bingihan at lalong hindi po mali ang tumindig para sa interes ng Pilipinas at soberenya ng ating bansa. For the record, dear colleagues, we also want to find a way to restore our relationship and extend once more the hand of friendship to the People's Republic of China. We recognize that this relationship runs deep, not just between our two governments, but between our two peoples. However, any effort to repair and restore this relationship must be rooted in mutual respect as equals, as sovereign members of the community of nations. Mr. President, siguro po hindi nakakatuwa na marinig sa Chinese Embassy officials, sa bagong katatalaga pala na ambassador, ang mga salitang hindi magaganda sa ating mga mismong opisyal na tayo po ang host country. Kung ganito po ay dapat siguro ay hindi pa naman natin idideklara person ng grata, pero kung ganito ay sana'y palitan po siya dahil hindi nakakatulong sa tensyonado ng sitwasyon ng ating bansa. Ang ambassador sana po ay dinadaan sa diplomasya para maayos, maging maganda ang relasyon ng China at Pilipinas. Pero kung ganito po, ang pag-uugali at karakter ng bagong ambassador ay hindi po makakatulong sa relasyon ng China at Pilipinas. Mr. President, the arbitral award that was hard-won under the legal framework of the United Nations Convention on the Law of the Sea, or UNCLOS, is a fact that international law that no amount of coercion or distortion can erase. And our friends from the People's Republic must come to understand that asserting our rights as a sovereign nation is not provocation, nor is it a duty that will shirk from even in the face of forceful intimidation. Tinataguyod po natin ito para sa mga mangingisdang Pilipino na halos araw-araw hinaharap ang pananakot ng pambobomba ng tubig ng mga dambuhalang barko ng mga dayuhan para lamang makapangisda sa sarili nating karagatan. Para din po ito sa ating po mga Coast Guard na binubuli ng mga mas malalaking barko mula sa China. Kasama po ninyo ang representasyong ito at ang inyong Senado sa matatag na pagtindig para sa bandila, para sa bayan. Dahil ang sa Pilipinas ay sa Pilipinas at hindi natin kailanman isusuko ang ating kasarilan. Maraming salamat po, Ginoong Pangulo.
Ngayon, kayo bilang Pilipino, ano ang masasabi nyo at reaksyon sa balitang ito? Mag-iwan kayo ng komento sa ibaba at atin niyang babasahin isa-isa.